happy. Oh, bit bright, isn't it? It has been a while since I've done one of these things, you know what I mean? It's like I'm learning again. I'm fuddled. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm freaking doing all sorts of rubbish, trying to get things right. It's just took me around about, what, 40 minutes just to get these things set up correct, because I'd had them all apart when I put them on my bike, you see. So to get them in the right position, I've had to fanny about and what have you, so it's took a while. I should have put myself on break really, but I bloody forgot because I was too busy faffing. You know what I mean? These things happen. But how about I do a little bit of a video with my phone, right? And then while I'm doing this little bit of a video with my phone, so that you can have a look right now, you know what I mean, see? I can show you around this little bit, can't I? A bit scutty there, isn't it? Hang on a second. It's a bit manky that, isn't it? Wow, manky. Well, let's just have a quick look to make sure I haven't bugged anything up. No, we're alright, we're cool. Come out here with me. Because apparently this is the Oldham places I was sent to be. This is where John Raymond's transport Oldham. So, first time I've ever been here. It's not bad, is it? I mean, the parking area reminds me of Bridgend. It's a very, well, yeah, very lumpy and holy. But when you have a gravel surface or a dirt surface and articulated vehicles and trailers, they tend to chew it up. But, we do have that going past quite often. Now, would you call that a train or a tram? What would you call that? Oh, it's not bad though. I mean, a lot of space. Muddy, but lots of space. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an idea what it's like up this end, because obviously not been up here myself before, and I don't get a chance to do this kind of thing, do I, just lately? But hey ho, here we are. And I've got the camera set up on the front. I'm going to go and put them on the back as well today. I've had a look at the hinges and it should work, so I don't know how long they're going to last for, mind you, because they haven't charged them for a while. They have got power, but not a great deal, so well, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers, can they? You know what I mean? Oh fuck. So I'm going to put these cameras on the back and I will finish off this conversation on the video on the drive along. So just wanted to show you where I am, so you got like a bit of a preview, and this little bit of a video will be included in the whole thing when I'm done, but you're just going to get a snippet, eh? So I will speak to you a lot when this is all done. Right then, bye for now. So I'm just putting it on. Well, it's always a nice thing to do, you know, show you guys I am still around. I still do this now and again when I ever get the opportunity. Not that I have of late. I ain't going to say what the title is, you'll just have to wait and see. You'll see it anyway, you'll see it, don't you? Oh, what am I about? Yeah, is this a drive along? Publish that. Right, while that's doing that, we'll get the back camera sorted out, shall we? Just to make sure that we ain't getting anything wrong. It's recording anyway, that's the main thing. Pop you there. Happy days, yeah, up and running. We're on the case. On the case with Jace. Well, that's gone fucking down straight away, that has. Might not last very long. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie me. Well, the backpacks are on anyway, so they're working, so that's something, I suppose. Right. What have we got? This side, pop you on there for a second. That'll do. Okay. Right, because I'm a bit thingy at this, rusty. You'll just have to forgive me on the position of the camera. I could do it, get around a bit more, I think. That'll do. Fuck it. Near enough as fuck is the swearing, I suppose, ain't it? Upside down, look. Right, you've got to go here. And again, I've got to unwind you. Come on. There we go. I think that might do it. Okay, there we go. You're on. Is that loose? Right. Tilt you forward a bit. Let's have a look. A bit of a stretch up there, you know, I'm telling you. I think we might be alright at that. Oh yes. Here we go, shall we? Splashing in the puddles, we're splashing in the puddles, splashing in the puddles. What? I haven't done one of them for ages. How about? I'm all fucking messy now, mind you. Right. I'm thinking that we can go. No, we can't. Still got a couple of minutes yet. Right, we'll do this first. I'm a fat ass trucker got demonetised. Fools. Yeah, where's that gone? Ah, there we go. Do that, do that. I'm going to found work up now. Cool. That'll probably get flagged as well. For some fucking stupid reason. Ooh. I forgot you. You thought I did that, are you? Oh, let's just have a quick. Well, I reckon we can have you around there a bit. Let's get rid of the glue. The glue. Oh, put my seat belt on. Let's just check the old recorder's going like it should be. Right then, should we get out of here? Might as well, don't we? As a matter of fact, I better put that on as home. because I am not familiar with around here, and I've got to be careful on the way out of here as well because of all the lumps in the fucking road. Okay, go on then. Should be enough charging me sat nav to get me where I gotta go. Oh man, this is tragic. I think I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go that way because it looks like there's less lumps that way. Less lumpage. Oh man, that's bright that is. Someone's turn that on. Get through there, of course I can get through there, no problem at all. Oh, it's trying to be a bit because it's what I've got on the back and you don't want to get tossing that shit around in here, it's fucking stupid. That's how pallets collapse with it being fucking wobbled around like something gone soft, you know what I mean? It just don't work. Doink. I'm going to drop off this edge now. Oh, that's going to be great, isn't it? I thought this one flew, didn't they? Not. It's alright having all this space, but when you have surfaces of this nature, it don't do the load any good. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't. Because seriously being, you know, straightened out. But it's not up to me, is it? No, it's not up to me. But if I take it nice and steady and I crawl my way out of here, we should be alright. Limp like a wounded animal. Well, I'm not moving, so you're better. Hell. Yeah, it's just like being in Bridgend. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not going to work, dude. Ours are coming round the corner, nice and steady. Thank you. Right then, level ground. A bit more of a secured journey around the car park. And away we go. Out and through this bit. It's all new, isn't it? I mean, look at it. Well, it's a new location for me. I ain't saying the whole this area is new. Not a chance. It looks like it could do with being bulldozed down and start again from scratch. But that's just an opinion. Don't get throwing your fucking dummy in the dirt. Ooh la la. Away we go, boys and girls. Now I am going to pull up at some point or another. I'll just depend on where my sat nav takes me on the way home, and whether it's going to take me back up to the 62, which I'm fucking hoping not, but it probably will. But I'm going to go down, off, down, and I'm going to stop at Lynn's Services, I think. The reason being is because that's the only place that's got a mackadoodles on my travels that I might be able to catch. Oh well, there is, I think I've got well, I've got 2 hours. I can't do it in 2 hours, surely not. I would have thought so. I would have thought so. don't think so. Well, I'd say no, because this vehicle is milk float slow, you see, so the chances are very slim. I might be able to get down as far as Stafford service. There is a possibility that that might happen. I mean, the back cameras will probably, they'll die before then, I would imagine, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, and I would love to get out this fucking junction. Come on, good grief. Right, I'm going to edge over because I'm bored. Here we go. Woohoo! We're out. We're on the road. How about that? Oldham, ladles and jelly spoons. Yes, we're in Oldham. There's a fire must have broke out there at one point or another because it's all been boarded off and it's there's all debris and shit. So, is it another one of those spontaneous combustion shit like that happened at the Rising Sun pub down by us? That makes me laugh. That does. Like, oh poof, it's on fire. What now? Yeah. How'd that happen? Ah, oh, magic. What? Yeah, magic. Really? Oh. So what should we talk about? I mean, as though we haven't had one of these for that long, I don't know what to fucking talk about now. Oh. Really? It's like having an old friend back, but you've been apart for so long, you just don't know what to talk about. It's not bad. Definitely give her a Cadbury's cream egg. You know what I mean? It's not bad at all. What? Look, there is nothing wrong with giving the pretties, right, a compliment as you drive past. They don't know no better. They can't see. They can't hear. Besides, it's the only kind of enjoyment I get these days. Uh-oh. Let's hope my sat-nav lasts till I get onto a main road so I know where I'm going. Else we will be in trouble. Because it says, recharge, battery flat. It's not good. Not good at all. So I'm going to be throwing a left down there, am I? Okay. When I actually get to that point. Tell you what I'll do, if I turn the sunshine off, might give me a bit of a boost in energy, because believe it or not, my sat-nav lasts longer if it's on nighttime mode than it is if it's on sunshine mode, which is rather weird, but hey, whatever. Who am I? Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go off round there. It's remembering the way I came, but yeah, because see, the thing is, right, I don't know if any of you out there do the same, but when you go to places you've never been before and you obviously sat-nav navigates the way, you're more concerned when you drive one of these things of signage, right? Not realistically points of reference, you know what I mean, something that reminds you on the way back. You're looking for weight limits and bridges and shit like that. That's what I'm always looking for. Because even though my sat-nav, it's a truck sat-navy thingy, it don't always get it right, I'm telling you. No, it don't. Sometimes it can play up. And we end up having to have a chat. Looks like I'm going to have a nice peaceful drive because my cameras are on, people are noticing them and they stay away. Oh, I miss them days. Oh man, them are the cool days, them are. Driving down the road and the cameras in the back off and they just keep away from you. Obviously, that happens 9 out of 10 of the times, but there is that one that just either ain't paying attention or don't care of stuff. Well, as far as places go, it don't look too bad down here, does it? I mean, if you live up here, you'll know better, but that's like my area. If you drive past my area, you ain't that bad. I'll go, yeah, you want to live there now, do you? Yeah, you get that scenario, do you? Oh dear. Me and my mother were having a conversation the other day about the let's just say the severe amount of road humps that we've got, right, in our estate. Well, in our whole area, Worley and Chesney, it's just ridiculous the amount of road humps we've got. And the problem is that the reason why it came to my mind is with me having this new car I've got now, my Mondeo Gear X. Fucking awesome. I still keep finding little sneaky things, like, you know, hidden agenda things. It's dead cool. It's great. You drive it and it's like, it don't feel like my car because it's so new to me, like, and it's hard to feel like I'm using somebody else's. It's really strange. But anyway, I said to him, I says, the only thing I'm worried about this new car I've got here, it's been looked after, it's been driven well, blah blah blah, all the rest of that cack that goes with it. I don't know where the fuck I'm going, I ain't got a clue. That's right. We're going that way. But the problem is, it's never been in a place where there's an abundance of road humps. So give it 12 to 18 months and you can guarantee that my suspension is going to be fucking shafted. You know what I mean? And because we have those pads as well, because when you drive over them, the inside of your tyre contacts them, then it'll shred the fucking wall of the inside of the tyre. So, you know, this is the problems you get when you have places that are absolutely riddled with those fucking road humps that are an absolute pain in the arse. And our street, the one I live on, the road is devastated because of the fucking road humps that are there, because they go full across the whole road, and the impact that they create when you hit the lift and then you drop down the fucking other end of it. But that happens twice because your back wheels have got to follow. You know what I mean? So that impact resonates out, cracks the fucking road, and creates potholes. And it's a mess. It's an absolute fucking mess. It's an eyesore. It's all because of the road humps. You always find wherever there's road humps, unless the road has been built purposely to house these things, old roads like ours, which was built in the 60s, you'll see that there's cracks all the way down it, patched galore. The fucking other road that drives, I think it's Holly Lane or wherever it is, that there is a mess. It's an absolute patchwork quilt of knackered bits of road and blobs of tarmac stuffed in there. And you think to yourself, why the fuck do we pay road tax? What's the point? With the mess of the way that they are, it's just untrue. And the roads by us are fucking horrible. Absolutely horrible. Never done anything like it. And I'm worried that that's what's going to happen with my new car. I should say my new second-hand car. But it's never seen a fucking road hump in its life, I bet you. In all those years it's been around, because of where it came from, that end of the country. Oh no, they all have road humps round there. Oh no. I drove straight past the school, not a fucking hump in sight. Because I bet the resident says, fuck that. You see this? You can fucking have that, where the fucking road humps are concerned. And I went then, ooh, we better not put road humps down, had we? But us lot, oh no, the fucking muggles of the country, we'll slap them down there, fuck it, charge them extra council tax, we'll fucking have them. That's about right, isn't it, really, when you think about it? I remember my dad saying, because obviously it was about 15 years or more, it might be more than that now, I'll be knocking on 20 years ago when they was put down, when they was started doing them, and the council had one of those village meetings at the community centre about them and whether they agree with it or not. It was standing room only. People was throwing all their concerns, their grievances about it, and that they didn't want them. Guess what? They still fucking put them there. You know what I mean? Democracy much? Not in that fucking case I want. None whatsoever. Oh man. So yeah, I am a bit concerned about the road humps in our estate. If you have the same problem where you live, let me know. Because they are a fucking nuisance. And here's the best bit, right? According to research now, 20 years on, they're now thinking that maybe these road hump things are not as good as they're supposed to be. Why is this? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because they're causing more pollution. Obviously, don't forget, when they was first put in, the car population wasn't as high as it is now. So the more cars that accumulate through the years, I mean, if you look at our state, I've been there since 1999 or 98, I think, something like that. So it's knocking on, coming close to nearly 20 years. Well, when I first moved there was hardly any cars in our state at all. Now, it looks like the production yard of fucking Rover. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. There's cars everywhere. You can't move for the fucking things. So, you know, that's the difference. So every time a car slows down and then accelerates and slows down and accelerates and slows down and I'm not kidding you, it is this shit, right, all the fucking time. Well, it causes more pollution. Instead of going at a constant speed all the way through, no. Plus, as well, the damage. Well, hey. Who am I? I'm only a mere fucking mortal, me. You know what I mean? I'm no super whizzy. I have no influence whatsoever. I might have an abundance of common sense when it comes to things like that, but hey, the people in charge have got fucking zero. None. As a matter of fact, they wouldn't even know how to spell common sense. Ooh. Well, I'm going to put it to you, right? Stick a comment down below and let me know. I mean, at the end of the day, what do you think? Right? Do you believe that the road humps are a necessity for road and calming the traffic in? Or do you actually believe that they're an absolute fucking nuisance? And that realistically, they should never have been put there in the first place? What do you reckon? Let me know. It's always the same though when you think about it, right? You can guarantee the person that come up with the idea of putting road humps lives in a place where there are no road humps, right? That's got to be a guarantee, that is, without a doubt. I can see that. Some fucking inbred grievous sack of cack has come. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to shove fucking road humps right in that estate over there. I'll live fucking 50 miles away. It won't bother me none. Yeah. I mean, the road humps in our area is that bad. It was actually on TV. Oh, well, it was on telly. So when it's on telly, that proves that it's, you know, taking the piss. And this fucking rain's taking the piss as well. It was sunshine earlier. What the fuck's that all about? It was sunny. Fuck off, cloud. Go and play somewhere else. It's all right. I was looking at that building and thinking, what was it? Because I seen fencing around it as if it was being built, but it looks like it's already finished off. They must be doing something else with it. It's a school. The amount of schools that we've been to doing the insulating stuff was quite amazing, really. So we have started doing the insulation runs. Well, I'll correct that. Other people have started doing insulation runs, not me so much. No. I say, me being out here, he's like, what? Really? You sending me out? I will admit, right, because I go from Cannock to Lichfield, which the Lichfield part is Fradley Park, right? the only thing I can say is that it sort of like, it really does put you down in a sense, because doing the same thing over and over again, it's just, oh no. I'll tell you what, you know, the way I felt last night, because I'd been out since, I didn't get back till gone 6:30, so it was over 12 hours, about 11 trailer changes, and I just had a fucking enough. I mean, I don't mind doing the job, but 10 hours is enough of that crap. You don't want to do any more, it's rubbish. And if I had to do it today, I just said fuck it, I'd have stayed in bed. I'd have gone now, too depressed to fucking bother. Here's the thing, right? It's not the places that I go to, right? Unilever's great inside, brilliant, lovely people. Get on wiki with them. Same with Lichfield, Tesco's. Great bunch of people, know them, get on great. It's the drive between. That's the bit, right? Because it's the same stretch of road with the added bonus of roadworks at the traffic lights, the main set. You have the same, well, yeah, twats every day doing the same twatish things, and there's never a release from it. And I do it every day, backwards and forwards, 4 to 5 times a day, right? And you still see the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over, and it just keeps going, never stops. And there's no release from it, you know what I mean? So you're driving, because I mean, me personally, I mean, I don't know if anybody else does it, but I always stick to the left when I'm on a dual carriageway. I know the road off by heart, and all the other idiots as well that come sailing down the outside lane and force their way in at the end of the fucking, well, actually past the arrows down to the fucking hatchings and then try and screw themselves in. They do that every single day, right? It's not like somebody who's never been down that road before. It's the same arsehole doing the same arsehole-ish shit in front of me, and I get fucking titsed off with it. It's depressing. It really is. It's fucking depressing. The problem is that they don't pay attention to the actual rules of the road. Unless it's otherwise stated, right? When there's an arrow pointing like that there, right? You can signal if you want to, move over, but you have to make sure that you've got room. You don't force your way in, you don't bully your way in, because whichever way those arrows are pointing, right, what do you have to do, right? Because if it doesn't state merge in turn, whereas on roadworks it may do, there's none of this merge in turn bullshit, because there's signage to tell you that, one, there's a bottleneck. You see the triangle, right? There's a bottleneck up there. And then when you drove past the bottleneck, completely fucking ignoring it, when there was a space to your left or to your right, whichever lane's closing, right? And you could have pulled over safely with not fucking interfering with anybody, you carry all the way down over the arrows. Then now the dotted line between the two lanes have disappeared, and you're still going. And then the mugger who is actually in the correct lane, which hasn't closed, he now has no other choice to let your arrogant arse pull straight in front, or bully your way in and start fucking throwing this bollocks off, because you're the one who's in the wrong if you're doing that. If those arrows are pointing to the left, right? Yeah. Okay? If they are pointing to the left, then you give way to the left. If they are pointing to the right, you give way to the right, unless otherwise stated. Merge in turn. You'll see a sign that will say merge in turn. But if not, because of the signage, bottleneck. Right, one of these lanes are closing. And the design of those arrows are very clever, right? They're elongated in such a fashion that allows you to see them from a distance. You go, oh look, my lane's closing, but there's a gap here, I better get in there. Indicate, over you go, you've not interfered with anybody. But when you go all the way down there and stop, because your lane's closing, and then you put your indicator on. Have you seen those idiots? Then they put the indicator on as if to say, well, I got my indicator on, you aren't supposed to let me in. No. Go fuck yourself. You're now in no man's land, dude. Don't play. But you see, because they do this all the while, and then everybody else does it, and then the pattern carries on, because they're all sheep, and they don't think, they're only thinking about themselves, they don't care about consequences, then obviously the ensued blockage appears, and then it's jacked up all the way on down the road then, so then you have 2 lanes of stationary traffic. But guess what? The lane that's closed is the one that goes first. Why? Because the people who are in the right lane for traffic to flow properly have no option but to let these fucking inbred bastards through. Because at the end of the day, they force their way in. I love ranting about those sort of situations, but the thing is, that's what goes through my mind every single day, and I meet it every single time I do it, and I'm doing it 5 times a fucking day, and it gets on your nerves. It's frustrating, because I've stopped at these traffic lights, right, and then I've managed to just get over the other side of the junction, and it's took me to get down to the island, which is literally a few hundred yards away. It took nearly 15 fucking minutes just to get there. And I'm thinking, if I'd have gone through Brown Hills and down the top, I'd have been up and been in the fucking what's name by now. Like, you know, honestly, it amazes me. I mean, personally, right, that particular stretch, and you're going past those lights down to the island and then over the island up the hill, I think they ought to fuck that island off altogether, personally, right? And either stick a bridge to fly over it so the people can go off in the different directions, or stick traffic lights there as well. But keep them as 2 lanes all the way through. Right? Not worried about coming back, because that's not a bother, that don't matter. Because coming back is different. The traffic flows better coming back, but it's going that way. It doesn't work. Bottleneck straight into an island, it just don't work. It just fucks the lot up. It's crap. That's the reason why I was ready to just say, fuck it, I ain't coming in tomorrow. I can't deal with it too much. I've had a fucking enough. But surprise, surprise, I was given a mega. And I was like, ooh. I soon perked up then, like thinking, fuck me, something different to look at. Oh, brilliant. And then when I get in this morning, your mega's changed, and I'm like, oh fuck, now don't tell me. Are you going to Bolton instead? I thought, phew. Because I was half expecting to go, now you got least. I should have gone, fuck it, there's the keys, ta-da, I'm going home. I can't do it today. There's just no way. No fucking way. But, as luck would have it, here we are, out on an adventure. Seeing something different for a change. It's great, isn't it? I love it, I do. I haven't been down this stretch of the motorway for a fucking dog's age. I haven't, no. Been absolutely, I can't remember, what was it, what are we in now? We're almost knocking on December's door, ain't we? Do you know what, if it's been 12 months, it's been 12 months and a day, you know what I mean? These fucking window wiper fucking squashy things are crap. Look at that, naff. I could piss with more power than them things, Jesus. And because the sun's getting a bit bright, I'm going to have to put my taters on. Oh, Agent J's back. Hey. It's a bit bright, isn't it? I don't mind, like, but you know. Considering we're supposed to be in this 15 days of darkness, it don't seem very dark to me. No. Oh well, never mind. I'm just quite surprised that the weather has held off, because according to the weather report the other day, it was yesterday morning, they reckon that this northerly wind was coming down, whipping through our country, like, you know what I mean? That's why it was a bit blowy yesterday. But it seems to have calmed down all of a sudden. I'm not complaining, mind you, because there's nothing worse driving an Arctic, especially if it's a tall boy in windy weather. You just don't want it. No. Put it this way, your arse is firmly clamped onto that seat at certain times, you know what I mean? Because it can get a little bit hairy. Oh yes, without a doubt. Why are we doodling? What have I missed? I don't want to doodle. Doodling's now fucking good. Can I get round? Thank you very much, Lee. You're so awesome, Nidge. I don't get that. We're only at junction 25, the 50 mile an hour bit. I hear yet. I'm doing downhill 53. Yeah, I know. Absolutely unbelievable. Rubbish. Ah, here we are. Here's the 50 bit. Let's see if I can get me sat nav to tell me how fast I'm going now. Oh, 48. Nice. 41 indeed. 48 miles an hour. See, it keeps trying, you know, it keeps trying to spit underneath that nasty bloody crap. I'm sure that bloody cloud's following me. The blue sky's there in front, lovely, and that thing's right above me. I think I'm towing the damn thing. I've got the cameras out. Something's got to go wrong. It won't be anything worth reporting, but something will go wrong. Like there'll be an accident somewhere, but we'll be stuck about 3 miles away from it in the frigging stationary traffic. You know, that kind of crap that happens does my boxing. Now, before you lot start going on at me, right? This section of the motorway, right, is what I call an absolute pain in the cock, right? It's got some, well, there is one object that I do like when I drive past it, and that's the arch bridges, the Stockport, right? But as you drive past this section here, there is so many junctions coming in and out of it that me personally, I just sit in the middle lane. Cars and vans can get past me, so it ain't like I'm blocking anybody, and there's no Arctics behind me, so I ain't gonna worry about that. But I've always done it because of the amount of vehicles that come out of these junctions, and I find you end up doing this all the time, or worse, you're having to slow right down to allow them to come in because they're just coming at you anyway. So I just keep out the fucking way. Can't argue with that, can you? You know what I mean? Have we sped up yet? Has it gone from 50 to 60 then? Must have done. Okay, we're on our way. I do like this area. I mean, I must admit, it has got a lot of structures that are interesting to look at. There's that old building over there. There's the church thingamajig there, like, you know, some old stuff, and you got your new stuff mungled in there. You got the way the hills are up there, like, oh, actually, is it a hill, would you say, or is it more like a bit of a rock face? That is, I think at one point, I think the arches around here, anyway. Yeah, looks. Now that looks to me like it could be sandstone, but I don't know. I'm no expert, but it does look like it, doesn't it? I mean, this is all different. I mean, I don't even remember this fucking lot. I must have my eyes shut when this was here. How long has it been since I'll tell you what, I feel like I've just travelled in time. I'm in the future. Woohoo! This is cool. What year is it? Oh dear. Right then, now I'm coming up towards Cheadle Royale, or Royal Cheadle, whatever the fuck it's called. I can move over now. Because there's not so many junctions next. There's only this one here, that's it. And we're a lot safer now, we're alright. I don't mind this bit, it's not too bad. He says, lying through his fucking teeth. See what I mean? They don't give a fuck, they just straight out. It ain't like it's give way to the fucking left, you know. Anybody would think it was, the way these lot perform. You know what's going to happen next, don't you? Oh, fucking hell! I hope my cameras are lasting in the back of there. Ladles and jelly spoons, you're not going to believe what's going to happen next. We're going to be going down the 556 bypass. Ah, for the second time. Ooh, isn't this it now? Hang on. Ooh, third time, a possibly third time. I don't think it's a fourth. No, because I don't venture this fucking far up. So it's possibly the third time. Yes. Are you going to sit there alongside me all fucking day? Dude, shift your fucking shit, you stupid twat. This guy here, right, what is the point in this idiot sitting there hovering, right? What's the fucking point? What are you hoping? That a fucking jet pokes at the back of me fucking trail and goes, woohoo! I don't get it. I really just don't get it. I'm fucking, my mind is blown. Right then, we're going to have to slip off here. Ooh, sounds a bit fucking saucy, and slip off here. But I'm going to cheat. Yes, ladles and jelly spoons, I am going to cheat. And I've been saying ladles and jelly spoons quite a lot, but hey, I've been saying it for years, so I might as well. See, again, this is the old me, when I used to do this quite a lot, right? I found that travelling along this lane is far more efficient. It just helps with your driving. Even though I do say that when you're on a dual carriage, right, you do spend your time in the left. But the reason for it, one, junction. He's coming down there, I'm out of his way, he's got space alongside me to join, right? Because I'm watching what the fuck's going on around me. So then we carry on round here, and half the time, if you're not careful, lane one will start to jack up for no reason whatsoever. It just does. It's like, oh, all the cars are starting to slow down and stop. Why? Because they're daft. So what I tend to do is I go hootling around this bit. You know, I've got roadworky things there. So naturally, right, like most people will do, they'll slow down and go, oh, what's that? Rubberneck, rubberneck, rubberneck. You know what I mean? That's what they tend to do. But because I don't want to be doing that, I want to crack on. So I carry on in this lane. And the other reason for me staying in this lane is what's coming up ahead. I'll show you. It's sneaky, right? It is. I ain't gonna argue. It's very sneaky. Not like I'm breaking any rules, mind you. It's just a bit of forethought, that's all. Forethought, yes. And for those people who can't do the sound, it's forethought. And you sound stupid and look daft, but hey, whatever. Slowly round this bit of a bend here, right, because it'll go round and then up. Nice and steady. Nice and steady as we go. as it starts to rise up the hill. And now then, can you see why I'm on this lane? Can you see? Because this, right, is now a continuation. Wrong tangent. I'm like, was originally. Continuation, straight the way down. But I don't want to be in this lane. I want to be in that lane, right? So I've only got to cross over into it. Whereas if you're there, you got to dick about going across too. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. It's making life easier for me. I wasn't interfering with anybody. I wasn't, you know, in their way. I wasn't blocking anybody. I was paying attention to what was around me. And everybody else was going as well, you see. I wasn't in the way. It's good, isn't it? Does that make sense? Or are you just fucking laughing at me thinking I'm a daft outside? I'm getting excited now. And I'm just going to pop in the middle just for a sec because I think I'm catching up with that blue thing there in front. What? That truck? Oh. And I'm moving over now because there's a gap. I'm not going to drive right up to the fucking ass end of it, then pull over. No. Looks like my sat nav has finally died. It's gone, no. End of, don't know. You know when you're in the rurals, right, and you're on the high roads, and this will only really be, what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, Jace, where's that word gone? Hell, my fucking vocabulary is gone shit. I don't speak enough, do I? Oh dear. It only happens, I'll put it this way, it only happens on dual carriageways, right? There's the word, it just fucking popped in my head. It's only applicable to dual carriageways. There we go. It was there somewhere, buried in all the fucking dust and fucking dirt and clutter. When farm equipment goes whipping down them, I know I said whipping down those like just sarcastically, right? I always think of it like this. You can see them. There they are. They're green. Some of them are yellow, but all red, but mainly green, right? And they have those lovely amber lights that flash. They're called beacons, right? So they're doing that, and like I said to you, they are whipping down there at least 20 miles an hour, fucking thraping they are. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some out there that will go a bit quicker. Some will do about 30 miles an hour, right? Come on, Mr. Dumper Truck, you can go. Well, I've got to get off in a bit. So, have you ever wondered, when you see these car drivers, because obviously you lot are lorry drivers or lorry driver enthusiasts of some sort or other, when you see car drivers going, wow, do you ever sit and think to yourself, does he see that tractor? Does he know that tractor's there? Because I do. I'm like, there's a tractor there, dude. That tractor, there. You see it? You move over. Move over. Any time now. Oh no, brake lights are on. Okay. You move over now? Oh no, you're down to 20 miles an hour. Oh, you're going to move over now when there's a car right alongside you. Oh, you was waiting to slow the traffic down. Oh well, what a complete tit. Why do they do that? Why is it that they do that? Now, realistically, any sensible, good, you know, inept driver out there, whether it be a car or bus, van, don't matter what, sees a tractor, as soon as your eyes cop hold of it, like you go, ooh.
fucking tractor, that is. Mirrors. Check. Is there a gap to get in now? You've seen it. It's roughly half a mile away. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I can get in this lane right now and I can carry on. What's wrong with that? Why is that such a difficult thing to do? Right? It doesn't matter whether you're half a mile or a quarter of a mile away from the tractor, all the farm equipment of whichever type is trundling down, or whipping down the fucking road like, you know what I mean? It would pay to get over as soon as you see it. When it's dark and you see those beacons flashing, I know, there are the odd occasions that it could be a wide load on a vehicle, but they're only doing 50 mile an hour. Not always, but yeah. But 9 times out of 10, when you see them on the top, you know what I mean, you get the idea it's bound to be a tractor, or it could be a crane. I mean, there's always that, I suppose, but they tend to be going a bit quicker anyway. They're 45, they can go 50, some of them. But when you look, you'll see it, you'll know the difference between one and the other, and you go, I think I'll better move over now. But they don't, and then you see these idiots, they go, and then, right, then they wait for a string of cars to come down. Then they stick the indicator on, right? There must be at least 6 or 7 cars coming, and they all have to slow down. Oh, because that gimp has now fucking decided he's gonna pull out right in front of the queue. I'm like, you fuck turd. What an absolute bell-bottom dropper. Hey, I'm telling you, knob jockey. Proper. Right, proper fucking saddle pusher. Well, I have no idea why they do it, but they do. Don't get it. I just don't get it. Isn't this lovely, eh? It's all pretty and stuff. Look, you might be truck fanatics, you might be train spotters. I like new roads. So there. There's nothing wrong with a nice new shiny road. Let's have a look alongside the grass verge Centre Reservation. Let's see if somebody christened it. Hey. I know I've seen in Facebook. I'm not sure what road, well, what motorway it was on, but there was an incident where an Arctic had hit the Centre Reservation and popped the fucking concrete ball straight off into the oncoming traffic. I'm like, that fucking worked well, didn't it? You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck was that all about? Oh, some fucking heads a roll with that shit. That's not supposed to happen, is it really? Slammed into the concrete bars and flipped them straight off. What? There was at least 3 or 4 across the other carriageway. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, that just defeats the object altogether, that does, doesn't it? They're supposed to deflect you back into your lane, not throw them across the fucking other carriageway. Oh dear. I mean, I'm hoping that nobody got hurt with that kind of situation, but you never know, do you? Oh, I tell you what though, fuck. That is definitely a fucking lawsuit coming up there, isn't it? There, do. And this particular one here, it's a constant stream of concrete, so that really ain't going anywhere. But if you've seen those ones where they pick them up and there's like section and they just plonk them on, blum, 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 away they go. Well, what's holding them down? Fuck all. There's nothing holding them. I mean, they might have a tie point between the brakes, but what? 2 pieces of fucking steel? What's that going to do? Nothing. Whereas this is a continuous run, right? Done. That ain't shifting. At least it shouldn't do, unless a tank hits it, mind you. But you know. But it is very pleasant, isn't it? It's like really, it's very nice. It's all just new. I like this. Like I said last time, it saves that lot going down that stretch of road down there, and everything over that side there now is literally. I bet it's so quiet. The odd car with people in it just pops up and down there. I think it must be awesome for them. I mean, I don't know if you can get down. There's another junction at the down that side. So you went through. You got the first set of lights by the garage, and you travel through. Then there's another set of lights. I don't know where they go. And on the as you're coming through this way, on the right, on the other side, there was like an old AA box that was there. It goes to somewhere. Obviously, it does. It's going to do it, but I bet the traffic volume has literally halved, if not fucking. There's only a third of it now. You know what I mean? It's always good, isn't it? And all this now flies through here, because all it was a through through. That's what it was. Just a through through. So they can get from there to there. That's all it was. You know me, I'm always a big fan and supporter of bypassing. Without a doubt. I really am. Obviously there's going to be places that can't be, but when they can, you go for it. Oh well, yeah, that's that. What else can we talk about? There is one thing I want to tell you, and that was I was watching on YouTube this particular dude talking about was he talking about the moon? I think he was. It was about the moon and other asteroid thingamajigs, whatever. Well, apparently him and his team, I suppose you can call it, they were showing us pictures of the moon from when some satellite took a picture of them all those years ago. And it was showing you the way that the pictures are built up in layers. And apparently, on this one image, because they filtered out all the noise on these pictures, and above the moon is this structure. It's massive, and I'm like really fascinated with this now. I was hooked. I'm thinking, because the way that this guy is going on about this thing and all the different anomalies that are with the certain asteroids that are flying, the ones that are on the rings of Saturn, right? There's these asteroids that are inside the gaps, and when he was going on about these asteroids are causing the gaps, not maintaining the gaps in the rings or what have you. There's another one that creates a wave effect as it passes around. But the moon one was a bit that fascinated me the most, is because the way he was explaining about this object that's above the moon that was overlooked. He wasn't trying to, without a definite go, oh, that's there, but it was the way it come across, like as though, well, it could be, but this was overlooked and maybe ignored. And I like that, because it wasn't somebody trying to throw this crap, like the flat earthers, as well. We all know that they're bonkers, but they're trying to force feed you this shit that the earth is flat. No, he was just saying it as like a matter of fact things, like, well, it's there, we've just got to figure out what it is and what the significance is of it. And then there was another video I've seen where this guy, he didn't say who it was who'd done the video, but he has got this ridiculous setup where he was able to zoom in to the moon's surface, and it was mind-blowingly clear with detail, like, you know, it was soft. But inside one of the craters, it didn't look like debris of an impact crater. It looked more like a structure. Now, there wasn't any kind of definition. You know, it was a little bit fuzzy, but considering it was being zoomed there. But what he was more highlighting on was the shadow casting from obviously the sun and the terrain of the moon's surface. And the bit that I was fascinated with was there's these dark patches, big dark patches, but there's nothing to create that kind of shadow. And it was, I mean, again, there was just pointing this out. It's like, well, there's no mountain range, there's nothing there to physically create these dark areas. And when you looked at them, they didn't look like shadows anyway. They looked more like pools or lakes. It was really weird. I'm like, and it's something that I've always wanted to do myself, was get some way of zooming into that moon as close as I could get it and as detailed as I possibly could. But I just don't know. I mean, I've looked around for an old telescope to see if that would work, like, you know, because with my camera can zoom in really, really well, as you know, as cheap as this one is and as old as it is. But I think if I was able to stick a powerful enough telescope on the end of it as well and zoom right in, I'll bet the picture quality would be absolutely incredible. Be able to see a lot of stuff up there, or see nothing. Would you be able to see the Apollo landing craft that's still up there? Because if you can find it and it is still there, then that's proof that they were up there. If you can zoom in and see the tracks of the rovers that were up there driving around, again, that's more proof, isn't it? At the end of the day, there's a lot of sceptical between the moon landing and what have you. But if I was able to get myself a nice powerful telescope on a nice clear night, I think I'd be able to find out for sure or not. But what kind of lens, how big would it have to be real? I mean, it's got to be something amazing, isn't it, really, when you think about it? It ain't going to be a cheap ass bag of knackers, is it? Farm here, and it's that time. What have we got? 11 o'clock. You know what? I've got a funny feeling we might, with what the time I've got on there. And we're here, aren't we? We're inside this mess. I might be able to make it to Junction. Well, not Junction. Stafford services. Yeah. Cool. Have half an hour, then back to the yard. Brilliant. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way. I can't see that happening. For one, I'm going too slow. I literally have got 59 minutes. Anyway, but that's what I'd like to do. Yeah, I'll get something in a fashion and zoom into that moon and have a good. Because I like the moon. I mean, I'd love to have a good old look at the surface of it, up close and personal, like, you know what I mean? I'd love to. I don't believe in any of that mystical crap about the moon, that it sends people cuckoo. I think that's just stupid. That's just an excuse. Because when I see the moon and it's in its full glory, full, bright, I don't feel like going off my head. I just stand there in awe of it and just admire it. I like it. Zoom into it and take photographs of the craters up there. And maybe do a little bit of a video of it as well. But you'd have to have something that was fixed to the ground, obviously, and it would be fixed in such a way that there'd be no vibration, because when you zoom in that far, well, the slightest touch can send it miles off track, you know what I mean? So you've got to be able to manipulate it with gearing to turn it so you could up or down with like cogs, wheels, thumb fucking twisty things. So you can position it and then start taking pictures. I'd love to do that. That'd be well cool, that would. Absolutely. But if you could zoom that far and get that kind of picture of the moon, I wonder how far you could actually zoom it out to. I suppose obviously the big telescopes that we've got, they can go way out there, but they're big and they're up in areas where there aren't shitloads of street lights causing that blanket haze across the sky, so you can't really see the stars properly. Well, I'll tell you what though, if you was able to turn off all the lights on a clear night, I mean all the lights for miles, the sky would light up, because then you'd be able to see all the small tiny stars as well, the ones that can't quite get through that haze of fluorescent lighting. I mean, you may have experienced yourself if you've been anywhere where it's been pitch black and up in the sky you see thousands of stars, not just the constellations that are up there, I mean all the other little bits and bobs. The location where I used to go, which now has turned into a complete sack of shit because of all the units have been built around there and the DCs, there's that much ambient light being projected upwards from those places that it's now killed it. And that was a lovely area, that was. It was down a country lane, pitch black, stick your camera up, have a look up at the sky, and you'd see all sorts of wonderful stuff. Not no more, you don't know. Nope. Not no more. You see the odd star light, but the toll roads lights in that's going through, and all the DC warehouses, all their lighting, killed it. It's gone naff. But there might be some of you lot out there that are lucky enough to be in an area where there's not that much street lighting about, and you can find places that are pitch black, and on a clear night it should be pretty much a proper spectacular view. I mean, obviously it's not really the ideal place to go, but deserts at night, I bet the star scenery up there is incredible. Only problem is though, you'd have to take a lot of supplies with you, it'd cost a fucking fortune to get there. What, just to take pictures of the stars? Yeah. But zooming into the moon though, that definitely is something I would love to do. Just to see for myself, you know what I mean? What's on that moon? What all the fuss is about. seen something on again on YouTube. There's now going to be, I'm sure NASA's going back to the moon, but you got, is it Elon Musk? He's going to the moon, and somebody else with him, not him personally, but his team. I think China's going to go back up to the moon. There's somebody else I think that's going up to the moon, so there's going to be a bunch of lot going back up to the moon, which I'm quite happy about. Exciting to see the results of that. I'd love to know what they come back with, because when you think of it like this, there's a lot of controversy, a lot of conspiracy about the original moon landing, right? Me personally, I am going to go with the fact that we did, right? Because I'd love to think that we did. But if they do it this time round, right, with all those years that have passed and the technology that we've got of today going up onto the moon, wow. Can you imagine what it'd be like? The stuff that they can do, the videos and the pictures they could take, they'd be, you know, incredible things. Absolutely incredible. Instead of having this big bulky camera that's stuck to the chest, they could have smaller cameras in the helmet so they can see where they're looking, you know what I mean, and all that kind of stuff. So you got better visuals, better camera stuff for the lander when it lands down there, so that can have its cameras outside the landing gear, so you can see outside while they're out there doing their bit. You know what I mean? You could have it. It'd be brilliant, I think. But not just one particular group going, there'd be several. Oh yes. Well, now, here's the thing though, right? Would they, if they found something anomalous, tell us about it though? This is the thing. Would they finally just turn and go, look, we've found a base up here, it doesn't look like it's man-made, and I'd go, well, duh. You know what I mean? So, of course, would they then show pictures of it and then explore it, obviously being careful? Would they do all that shit? You know what I mean? Or would it all be just one big flat disappointing thing, that there is no alien shit up there, it's all been fairy tales and what have you? But it'd be nice to know, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It would be nice to know either way, I think, personally. And if there isn't any kind of alien structures up there, there'd still be other things to look at. You know what I mean? Obviously they're going to be going up there to find water. That's one of the things they want to be up there looking for. They can prove once and for all that it's not hollow, even though we have people out there who think it's hollow, and they even think it's artificial. What makes me laugh is I even heard the term that it's man-made. I'm like, grow up. No. I know that there's been astronauts of the past Apollo missions have heard something almost like a bell-like sound as something's impacted the surface of the moon. I don't know. I mean, personally, I didn't think sound actually resonated at all in a vacuum in space. But whatever. I might be wrong, but I'm almost sure that there ain't no sound up there. You can't hear fuck all. Something goes bang, it just goes. No sound. Mr. Heat and Blinds, could you please move along the bus? Cause you're going very slow and I'm getting fed up with it. I'll move over. Just a touch. Just a titty touch. I personally would like to be alive long enough to witness the Mars thingy. Yeah, the Mars adventure. When they send people off to Mars. I'm looking forward to that. But I mean, they're thinking of doing it, aren't they? Well, they're planning for it at least. It's still going ahead as far as I know, but that won't be until the year 2030, I think, is when that happens. It's not that far away, but it's still, what, 12 years to go. A lot can happen in 12 years. So, granted, one good thing can happen in 12 years. Technology will be getting better. So there's always that. Technology is always increasing. I really think they ought to get this graphene shit sorted out, because that would help with spacecraft building. I know that for a fact. Super light, super strong. Right. Transparent, all the rest of it. Oh, it'll be perfect. Build a spaceship out of that. You can pick it up with your pinky. Even though it's bloody cold outside, with that sun beaming straight through the window screen, I'm fucking baking in here. It's like being in a greenhouse. It's like, what the fuck? So bear with me a second while I have a bit of fresh. Oh, that's better. Ooh, nice. Nice and cool. Apparently this roadwork larks here between 16 and 19 is going to be completed March 2019. So we've still got another fucking, what, 16 months of this shit. Well, not me personally, but I hope for those of you out there that do travel up and down it, happy days. Cool the air down if it's getting a bit toasty. I think for me though, when it comes to the likes of travelling to different planets, I think, well, I suppose that'd be everybody's goal really in a way, would be to find another Earth, somewhere that can be habitable. You know what I mean? That'll be the next step, I think. For us anyway. We can't stay on here forever. I don't think we can anyway. I mean, this planet itself, life sustaining in the grand scheme of things, I would say comfortably probably a billion years, I think personally. But whether we'll be there is another thing. But as sustaining life, I reckon it's still got about a billion years to go. But it's afterwards, and it's the, as those years pass by, it's what that bauble up there does. That's the life giver up there. So as that starts to get old and slowly die, so does everything else around it, unfortunately. So yeah, but it's you ain't gonna panic. Don't worry. You'll be fucking millenniums gone by the time that thing is. You know what I mean? So don't worry about that. But it'd be nice to know that the human race would be able to outgrow its petty squabbly shit, right, and pursue, you know, the life of intelligence and the life of exploration. Yes, I know I'm quoting Star Trek shit, but hey, Gene Roddenberry has got it fucking screwed up, mate. I'll tell you that now. He's got it right. He knows exactly what we should be doing. But can you imagine it though? Being able to venture out, finally unlocking the key of the universe. Oh man, travelling from one point to another in split seconds, like the new Star Trek. Well, it's what do they call it? Spore drive. It's no. Yeah, whatever. It's one of those scenarios where it's like, well, it's a good idea. I like the way they've put it together, and I like the way they explain how it works too, right? Because it's on the realms of possibility, right? So yeah, it's almost, right? It's almost a possibility. So, but anyway, we ain't even cracked the light speed travel yet, so we're fucking light years away from that crap. You know where are you, mate? What's up? Need a shit? See, these are the things that we are heading for, right? These are all the technologies that we are heading towards. New shit being found out. Smart people getting smarter, right? And it's frustrating to think that the stuff that I would love to see, I'm never going to see. And that's what fucks me off. That's when I started getting a bit fed up and depressed, because it's like, imagine in the next 100 years, what is this place going to be like? Oh, from now, in 100 years time, right, that would put it 2117, right? So in 2117 there would have been no fuel cars driven for over 50 years. Oh man, can you imagine? Well, it'd be over 80 years, wouldn't it? What are you thinking? Because, well, now 40, now 60, 70 years. Because it's 40, 100 years from now, so it was 80 years. Somewhere around about, I'm sure it's 80 years, eh? My math's gone crap again all of a sudden. We're on 17 now, so we get 2117. It's 2040 when they're going to pack it up. And there's 60 on top of, no, 40, yeah, 60 on top of that, 70. Yeah, near enough 80 years, 77. Well, there'll be no fuel-driven vehicles for basically a lifetime. In the year 2117, I mean, if you're watching me now from the year 2117, hi by the way, what's it like? Leave a comment down below. Oh, yeah. Yes, I know I'm going to get some of you daft buggers going to be going, oh, it's wonderful up here. Oh dear me. But, you know, would this kind of thing still be viable? Will the, I mean, I can't see it being YouTube, but will there be this historical documentation of what we did 100 years ago from 2117? You know, I mean, will this still be accessible? Any kind of video that's been put onto the YouTube or any other video hosting site that's out there, just make you wonder, doesn't it? Would it end up being a reference of history? Would people 100 years from now be studying this and watching to see how people were back then? Wow. This is what it's like. It's a pile of cack. 2017 and they're puddled. It feels like the whole world's gone fucking cuckoo at the minute. That's what it feels like. I suppose if anything, with my little channel that I've got with you lot out there, you wonderful bunch, it's a sort of preservation in a sense, and it shows that, hello, I was here, I existed. You know what I mean? At least that's something. And I leave behind a little bit of humour now and again. But will it ever be, you know, released out there and left out there? I mean, I don't know how it works. I mean, are YouTube channels closed down when somebody goes, passes on, dies? I personally wish they weren't. You know, I mean, I wish the videos are still available, because at least then you could see them, refer to them, go back and enjoy them years later on. I don't know. It'd be interesting to know what kind of TVs are available in the year 2117. But you never know, we might not even be here in 2117, because some catastrophic cataclysm might have ensued and wiped everything else off the planet. And then a few million years later, a new species will evolve. Who knows? Nobody does for sure, do they? So I do, just mosey on through, don't worry. I'm only doing 52, or thereabouts, sometimes 51, it depends how it feels. What have we got on the clock? Ooh, it's getting close. See, it's hard to gauge because I've lost that 5 miles an hour ish on how long it takes. It does throws a right wobbly in your calculations. But I'm just coming past Kiel now, so I'm thinking that with the time I've got, I should, fingers crossed, should have enough time to get down to Stafford services, and that's where we'll call it a day, I think. Yes. I think the back cameras are probably kaputted already anyway, so how long have we been doing? hour and 36. That ain't too bad. They might still be on. Might. You never know. I think the idea that we will at some point in the near maybe future find a way to traverse those stars. I just wish they'd hurry up. I wish they'd hurry up and make a breakthrough and say, we've sussed it, we can now travel through wormholes, sustained wormholes, and jump from one galaxy to another within literally minutes. We've found a planet in one particular galaxy, and yes, there's no intelligent life in there. There is life down there. We are sending people there to go and study and see what's what, because here's the thing, right, that's just popped in my head right now. It's all well and good us trying to find a new home, right, a new planet to live on, but what about the wildlife there? The bugs, the insects and all that sort of shit? So it would probably take a few years, right? As a matter of fact, it might even take several lifetimes of study and research of a new home, new planet to go live on before we can introduce the population. Do you think that? Because if you think about it, right, you don't know what kind of creatures are going to be on there. You don't know what kind of insects are going to be on there, what their toxins are going to be, how lethal they are. Is there any kind of antidote that can be made to protect people from being, because obviously we've had the same problem through all the years, right? You have a bite of an insect today, a few of them can be, you know, sorted out, but originally if you got bit by a spider, that you could be dead within 30 seconds. I mean, certain spiders will just wipe it out. Frogs, touch the skin, that's it, you're carky, you're done. And there was one particular frog, and now in one of the, what is it, in the Amazons or whatever it is, the skin stuff is so toxic. There's one, there ain't no cure, and two, you don't last a minute, you're done. It's like, oh, and you, ta-da. You know what I mean? It's like, why the fucking hell does a creature this big need something that fucking lethal? Why? I don't get that, I don't. It fucking baffles me. Why would a spider this big have the ability to wipe out several humans? What the fuck does it need that all for? It don't go around fucking hunting for something as big as a giraffe and go, right out, fucking dinner time, off we go. 3 days later it just crossed the fucking football field, because that's how long it took. There's me giraffe, chew its fucking leg, giraffe drops, drags it to its fucking web. I mean, it just doesn't happen, does it really? So why the fuck would it need something so potent? But on another planet that we ain't been on and we ain't used to, I mean, what happens? So then they'll take a bunch of people down there, smart ones hopefully. Let's hope that the technology is increased where the suits that they wear are much more user friendly, not big bulky things. So they can use a what can you call it? What could you call it? It's a bit like your space suit, but it's more of a environmental suit, I suppose, sort of thing. Either way, but you know what I mean. You can move around it. You've got gloves, but not big bulky things that realistically you can't do shit with anyway. But yeah. Anyway, so you could go out in the wilderness, the wilderness, and not worry about having shit bite you or creep up alongside and chew your arm off. You know what I mean? But you're protected. But if it does grab hold of you and able to chew your arm, you'll keep it, but you'll get tossed around a bit until somebody could come along with a tranquilizer gun and go, well, now fuck tranquilizer, just shoot the fucking thing in the head with a bullet. Bang, yeah. But you know what I mean. So they go out there then in the protective gear in a brand new planet, not knowing what they're going to find, grabbing out a certain species, checking them out, and seeing what the potentials are. Now, the potentials not only to wipe us out, but maybe there might be potentials for curing diseases, right? That we've had. Yes, we might by then anyway already cured most of them anyway, but they might have an easier way of curing different types of diseases, right? You just don't know. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But yeah, can you imagine? You find a new home, new planet, new Earth, Earth 2, right? You drop down, land on there, and all of a sudden you walk, oh, it's brilliant. And a mosquito fucking bites you in the back of the neck, bastard, and you're dead within 30 seconds. I mean, that just would not go, would it? Right? That wouldn't work. That would be a right downer. I'd definitely put a fucking damper on the day, that wouldn't it? You know what I mean? You get there, you're smiling, it's happy, you got all this sunshine, it's got a purple sky, it's like, well, I've never seen that before, and all of a sudden, whack, bastard, go, and you snuffed it. That's no good, is it? You know what I mean? That's just no good to anybody. So you gotta test it out, you gotta check it out, take samples, collect all the indigenous creatures that are out there, and before all you fucking do-gooders out there, you fucking tree cuddlers, I mean, fuck off, go and play, right? These things have to be done so that we can check to make sure it's safe. So if a few fucking 6-legged giraffes have to be fucking slaughtered, or a 9-legged fucking donkey, then so be it. When we find out that they're okay and they're not going to kill us, then brilliant. But until then, we ain't really sure, are we? So you have to sample the water, chop a few heads off. What worked? Oh, I'll miss a few. Squash a few bugs, you know what I mean? A couple of butterflies that might have a wingspan of about 13 feet. Like, well, that's a fucking great fan, that, isn't it? Whip its wings off and use it as a fan. Look, you have to utilise whatever you can find, man, I'm telling you. But these things have to happen, right? You've got to be able to research it. You can't just guess. You have to take shit apart, right? I know you have a lot of people out there that complain about testing on this and testing on that and blah blah blah, but for you to be standing there complaining and protesting about that shit, right? Just think of the fair few years ago when your great grandparents, right, were around when all the crap was going on, and some clever boffin went, oh, if we just do this and test it on that pig or that animal or that giraffe or that elephant or that fucking monkey, right, let's have a look, see what it does. Ooh, that ain't good. Ooh, is he supposed to have 3 eyeballs? Fucking hell. You know what I mean? Well, you're standing there now because that clever fucker has gone and tried and tested all that shit, and now you're protesting against it. I'm like, well, fucking hell. But anyway, it's another subject though, isn't it? We can avoid that one. What's going on over there? Is it supposed to be that fucking chocker? Look on the clock. Ooh. Ooh, we come up to Stafford services, but ooh. 20? No. It says there 22, so we're going to have to get off. We're going to have half an hour. We're going to have a chew. What would be the ultimate for me? I mean, obviously, I'm not really going to be around anyway when that day ever comes. But what I think would be really cool is if we found a planet that we could get onto and we all ended up being like Superman. Ah, that would be fucking wicked, that would, wouldn't it? Being able to fly, lasers coming out of our eyeballs, you know, pick up boulders as big as the fucking Eiffel Tower. Oh, it'd be brilliant. As a matter of fact, I wonder if I get some DNA and store it somewhere, they might be able to clone me and bring me back. Now, I'd love that. I'll have that any day of the week. Well, can I fit somewhere down here or what? Is there any slots we can get into? This is the problem being here, you know, there's not really... The space isn't brilliant, is it? Because people don't fucking park very well. Can I get in there? Might be able to. A bit of a jiggery pokery. Jiggery pokery, jiggery pokery. Ah. Do you know what? I'm thinking that will fucking do me. Happy days. Right then, I'm going to go. Turn that off. And I will endeavour to speak to you a lot later. It's fucking blinding, ain't it? Good grief. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I'm having a good old nat about all sorts of garbage like that. It's wonderful, isn't it? And to those out there who know that I do talk nonsense, I do. I just love to waffle on about all sorts of rubbish. You ain't got to listen. You can turn off. I don't care. If you don't like it, who am I? Anyway, I'm going to go and I will speak to you a lot some other time. And I will do my usual morning blog on my phone and on Monday. So toodle pip for now. See you later. Ta-da, Nat. Go on then. Go on. Toodle pip. Off you pop. Pop. Poppity poppins.